Hello, and welcome to this video on why homosexuality is wrong. I understand that this is a controversial topic, and let me start with this disclaimer. I am not proclaiming your views to be wrong or my views to be right. What I'm doing is simply sharing what I believe, and that belief comes from decades of studying the world religion, studying the universe and science, and listening to what the universe has told me on this subject. So, this is my truth, it is my understanding, and it is what I believe. If it resonates with you, then you can explore the topic more in depth. If it does not resonate, then you can listen to whatever you wish. But I have researched and studied and believe I have found the truth on this subject. And no, my truth does not come from the Bible. The Bible is a subject of another video in my collection. The truth, I believe, comes from the Creator and the universe itself, and from spirituality, and from nature, and from science. So, in order to explore this subject deeper, we need to go back to the beginning. And the beginning says that the intelligent energy in the universe converted its energy into matter with a big bang and created the universe, and then created life on the planets, and the life evolved. As it evolved and as humans became more intelligent, the Creator and his beings realized that humans needed guidance because they lived chaotically. They needed rules to live by. So they gave them rules, gave them commandments, gave them master teachers to teach them how to live in a civilized manner as the Creator wished. As humans became more civilized, the Creator blessed humans by giving each human a spirit. And that spirit is ours to personalize, to build on. It becomes us. So what we are as a human is what we will be as a spirit when we leave this planet and in future lives. So this is incredibly important on how we live our lives, how we develop ourselves, how we build our character, build our personality, so that when we leave this world and go on to the next, we are someone that we would like to be proud of, that we would like to be recognized as living a life fulfilled, living a life of helping others, living a life of improving ourselves, and living as the Creator wants us to live. Because we are not here by accident. We are not here by some random chance. We are here by design. We are here by privilege. We have been given this life as a privilege. We have been given our spirit as a privilege from the Creator. And we can't take that responsibility lightly, just to say, oh, I'm going to do whatever I want and have as much fun as I want and don't care about what anybody says. I'm just going to live. Well, you got to think about it in a different way. If you were a parent and your young child just said, I'm going to do whatever I want, no matter how dangerous it is. I'm going to play with fire. I'm going to run in the street in heavy traffic. I'm going to, play with matches or electricity. I'm going to run around the pool when I don't know how to swim. I'm going to do all these dangerous things. And wouldn't you care as a parent to say, hey, that's probably not the best idea. You could do yourself harm. And one of the main tenets that homosexuals use is that how can homosexuality be wrong if it doesn't hurt anyone? You know, love is love. It doesn't hurt anyone. Well, the reality is that it hurts the individual who participates in it. As I mentioned, the Creator has developed rules for living. And these rules have been passed down. They become morals. They become, religions have adopted them and put their own spin on them. But, a lot of the religions have a lot of things in common. And these rules given to us by the Creator are so that we can make the best of our time here on this planet. Like I said, having a spirit is an incredible responsibility to develop ourselves, to develop our character, our personality, is something we just must do. And we are drawn to do that. We are drawn to improve ourselves. We are drawn to learn from our mistakes and to get better. It is part of our inner being, and that's not by accident, that's by design. So, which brings me to the main point. Why is homosexuality wrong? The Creator has determined that the best and most productive way for a human to grow in character and to learn compromise and tolerance and teamwork and all of the good positive values is by marrying a member of the opposite sex and raising children. There is no better way on this planet to learn, to grow, except by experiencing marrying a person of the opposite sex and having children. It just creates an environment that your understanding increases exponentially. Your spiritual growth will increase. You will experience how a parent loves their children, and that is a mind-blowing experience. And a man and a woman both creating a child, contributing DNA to a child so that that is their joint creation, is the best possible situation. If you have a homosexual couple and one member of that couple has the child, the other member does not contribute anything to the creation of that child. So you develop a massive animosity over the life of that child. Hey, this is my child, it's not yours. And it is not the ideal situation. It does not develop that teamwork, that cooperation. Both parents do not get to experience that wonderful feeling of creating a life. And it creates animosity, and it usually ends in destruction of the marriage. Now I understand that some couples can't have children and they do adopt, and adoption is a good thing. But until you understand how a man and a woman think completely differently, but yet come together as a team to even raising that adopted child, then you won't understand why homosexuality is wrong, because that man and a woman complement each other in so many ways. They learn to work together. They provide each other with unique insights that only an opposite sex couple could provide each other. Sure, it's tough. Sure, it's hard. Sure, it takes a lot of work to make a marriage work. But that's part of the whole experience. That's part of the whole growing and improving yourself, is you learn to become a team. You learn to become as one. And it is an incredible growth experience, and it's the best possible situation for personal growth. Same-sex couples just don't get that same experience because they're so similar, and you find someone who's just like you, and it's almost like taking the easy route. Oh, we both like the same things. We're both men. We both like sports. We both do this, and it's easy being married. Well, taking the easy way out is not always the best way, and it does not provide the best experience. So, the Creator has determined that the best possible situation for human character development and spiritual growth is a man and a woman getting married and having children. You just cannot learn these things in any other type of situation. It just doesn't happen. It's just not as good as the original. And if you ignore this, then you are harming yourself. And no, love is not love when it is wrong. Some sick people say they love children and they want to have sex with them. That is wrong. Love is not love if you are having sex with a child. And love is not love if you are participating in a homosexual relationship, because the Creator has deemed this to be wrong and not the best situation. And it is our job as humans and as spirits to try to put ourselves in the best possible situation for growth, for improvement, for life experience, for understanding. And if you understood how it's going to affect your next life, then you would do everything you could. It's like being in school and then trying to get into college, and you have a D average in high school. Colleges are just not going to want to accept you with a D average because you didn't try your best. You might think, oh, that's just discrimination. Well, no, it's called a fact. The reality is that the universe does not reward intentional, misguided activities. The rules are there for a reason. They have been tested over thousands of years, and they are deemed to be the best possible situations for us to be in. And if you truly care about what happens in the next life, then you will not go against nature, go against the Creator, go against these rules of living, and indulge yourself in selfish, personal desires. And a lot of people want to say, oh, well, homosexuality is not a choice. I don't have a choice. Well, they're wrong. They're totally wrong. Sexual attraction does not rob you of your ability to make a free will choice. If we were slaves to our sexual attraction, then couples who are no longer attracted to each other sexually would have no choice but to get divorced and go find someone they're attracted to. Because, hey, they have no choice, right? They're not attracted to their spouse, so they have to leave. It's in their DNA. But we know this is not true. Couples who are no longer sexually attracted to each other make a moral choice. And that moral choice is to stay with their spouse even though they are no longer attracted to them, because it's the right thing to do. It is the best thing to do. It is going to keep them on a path of improvement. So when you say, well, I'm attracted to the same sex, okay, fine. Maybe you have a hormonal imbalance or a brain is miswired, but you can still make your own choices. those medical conditions have not robbed you of your ability to choose. So therefore, homosexuality is most definitely a choice. It is a personal choice, it is a moral choice, and it is, in my opinion, a bad choice. Because if you truly knew why you are here, what the meaning of this life is, then you would not intentionally make a bad choice. You would not intentionally make a selfish personal choice. You would say, oh, okay, even though I have these feelings, I want to make the best choice for this life and the next life. I want to honor the Creator's wishes and live in a situation that is what's best for me. A man and a woman coming together in marriage, raising children, is extremely important to their growth, their development, their spirituality. It is by far and away the best and only choice that should be made. So you need to take a minute and think about it. Are you here just to live this life and then throw it in the garbage? You don't care about the next life and beyond. You don't care about where you might go after this. No, there's no hell and there's no fictional heaven. When we leave this planet, we go on to the next planet as part of the Ascension process. And then the next planet, we continue our training and learning and growing. And if we have spent our entire life here squandering that by making poor choices, in the next life we will have to answer for those choices. We may have to give up our life, our ascension, because we are not deemed worthy to go on, because we intentionally made so many bad choices, so many selfish choices, that we are not deemed ascension material. So everything you do in this life affects the next life and beyond. It affects your ascension possibility, your ascension potential. And this is not some fantasy or religious delusion. It is a reality. You cannot just go out into nature and see the beauty of nature and just think, oh, this is all some accident. No, it was by intelligent design. And that design was from the Creator, the Supreme Being, Supreme Intelligence. And that being has determined that the best way for humans to grow is to get married in an opposite sex relationship and raise children as nature intended, as the intelligent design intended, as the rules of living intended, and as good moral choice. Being married to a member of the opposite sex, working at that marriage, growing in that marriage, raising children and experiencing that parental love is far and away superior to anything else that you could do. And choosing to follow your sexual attractions and basing your entire relationship on sexual attractions is primitive. It is not natural, and it is self-destructive, and it will only cause you harm in the long run. So, love is not love. Homosexuality does hurt both members of the relationship without them even knowing it, because they have willfully made a selfish choice to go against intelligent design. And they are throwing their future away. And they don't care about their future life or their future self. So if you are pondering this choice, I encourage you to meditate. I encourage you to listen to your inner guidance. You know, a lot of homosexuals experience guilt when they first enter that relationship. And they think, oh, that's just society. Society is just making me feel guilty. that guilt comes from your higher self. That guilt comes from your spirit, because your spirit knows what's right, and it tries to guide you. It tries to give you the best advice it can. And that guilt you're feeling is from your inner higher self saying, hey, don't throw your life away. This is a bad choice. Don't make this poor choice. Do what is right. Do what is best. So I encourage you to listen to your inner voice. Listen to your guidance. Follow the rules of living and the moral choice and the natural and best way of doing things. And make the best decision you can for yourself, for your future self in the next life and beyond, and for your partner so that they may also make the right choice. Find yourself a member of the opposite sex, get married, raise children, rise to the challenge of being in an opposite sex relationship, rise to the challenge of being a parent. And when you get to the next life, they will say to you, well done, good and faithful servant, because you made the right choices and you did what was best. So until next time, namaste. Thank you for listening.